Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Shenplays. Welcome back to the wonderful world of Kerbal Space Program. Last episode, we just had Kate Kerman as our first pilot to make it not only into orbit, but also to high over Kerbal space. She got some new science for us. We have 94 science. I really have no idea what we're going to spend it on. Now, we could just finish off these two for 45 each. That might be smart because it'll unlock the inline reaction wheel. But at the same time, I kind of want to get these fuel lines here for the asparagus system. Hey, Del Hekarana, thanks for resubbing, or thanks for subbing. Asparagus system lines or fuel lines are really, really useful if you want to do, deep space stuff. You want to go to Jool or somewhere like that. Really incredible. However, we may not really need that just yet. Could go for some smaller engines and use this for landing on the Mun or Minmus. Could go for bigger engines and use this for easier launches off of Kerbal. Both are good. They both have merits. I don't really have any need for this giant solid booster just yet. Now, the smaller engines seem very tempting. The bigger fuel tanks seem tempting as well, because that means less parts. And less parts means that we don't need to worry too much about the part limit of the vehicle assembly building. Although the vehicle assembly building does still have a height limit. Yeah, we're going to have to upgrade that at some point here. Let's see what missions are available that we can take today. Tourists, huh? I don't really want to do the tourists. Temperature scans, don't really want to do that. Parachutes, decouplers, suborbital trajectory, that sounds good. Test the Poodle engine in orbit of Kerbin. Test that while orbiting Kerbin. Well, there's two things we could do while orbiting Kerbin. Do they pay well? 80 grand. And 90 grand. Is that worth it to launch it up there? Maybe. We could get another one of our pilots into orbit, which will give him a full star of experience. That might be worthwhile. Parachute, let's see. Which one of these pays very well? Well, none of them pays anything amazing, and the science gain is not very good either. Yeah, I'm not really too keen on that. The temperature scans we could do if we research some plane parts, we could do the temperature scans, no problem. These ferrying to the destinations don't interest me at all. Not interested. Not a very good mission, really. Suborbital trajectory. Now that's an easy one to do, but if we're going to orbit, okay, why don't we do that along with the stack separator? And then we can do the Poodle later on. The reason why I don't want to do the Poodle right now is it weighs 2 tons. It's just a massive, massive thing to haul around. I think it'd be better off if we just save that for a later mission. Even though it pays, 90,000, it's pretty good. We can do this on a later mission. Yeah, well, I don't know. Can we upgrade this building, maybe? What's the cost? It's only 75 to upgrade. No. Let's save it, because the next thing I want to upgrade is the VAB. We need that upgrade for the VAB. Or maybe we don't. No, you know what? The height limit was upgraded at the launch pad too. Yeah, 30 parts. Well, no, I do want the VAB upgrade. All right, let's do the suborbital trajectory. I'll take it, and I'll take the stack separator. Let's do those two like right now, because we can do those right now. We don't need any special parts for that stuff. So what's our freebie mission? Because you're supposed to get some freebie missions too, huh? None. No freebie missions. All right. I guess we've done all the freebie missions. That's okay. Alright, so this had no problem getting to orbit, and we don't need the science anymore, so this will save us on some parts. Don't need the science. Get out of here. Parachute. So how many parts do we have left? We have 5 more parts that we can add. Okay. No problemo. Where is my stack separator in orbit? Where can I put that? I guess I can put it down here. Oh yeah, we can use that when we're on our... No. It has to be before we do our reentry burn. Because we have to do burn to do the deorbit. I guess I can put it right here. No, because we won't be in orbit. Oh, I can... Do I have a little... No. I do have radial engines. Maybe that's the answer. I'll just use the radial engines instead of the putt-putt. It's not very efficient, but who cares? It does weigh a lot, though. It should still be fine. So what I'm thinking is we can put our stacked decoupler in here. Maybe right there. We'll test that in space, in orbit. And we can use some... We'll use 2 of these on the sides instead of just 1 engine. The only downside of this design is it's a lot heavier, and we don't really need that much thrust. It's just unnecessary. And it's not as efficient either, because you can see the efficiency for the vacuum is only 305, whereas the 909 had 345 efficiency, and it weighs a lot less. It weighs a quarter as much as these 2, and it's more efficient. But we had lots of fuel left over last time, so I think we'll be okay. And that'll let us do that one test. What's the other test? Is for suborbital. Okay, for suborbital, we can... Do we still have room for 2 more parts? Yeah, we do. Okay, suborbital, we can put... Yeah, mirror symmetry. We'll put them right here. Looks good. The other option is we could stick with the 909 in here, and we could use 2 parachutes instead of 1 parachute. In fact, that's probably smarter. What am I doing? So if we get rid of this parachute, we can put our stacked decoupler there. And we can get rid of these silly engines. Whoa. Get rid of that. Put the 909 back in. And put the parachutes on the side. We have unlocked them, right? Yes. Okay. That should work just fine. Let me check the center of mass. I hope that's okay. Now I'm not sure if that's okay. We might want to put something heavy down at the bottom here to make sure that the heat shield protects us. So what's something heavy I can throw at the bottom? I have room for 1 more part. So something between the capsule and the heat shield. Something heavy. Or maybe something on top. That's very lightweight. Could put some fuel in there. Just to make sure that the center of mass is where we want it to be. Might even want to do a test launch to make sure the center of mass is where we want it to be, or else we'll just be very upset. Adding an extra ton of weight doesn't seem very smart. Let's do a little test launch here. We're just going to get it off the launch pad and decouple everything, and then I just want to see if this falls with the heat shield down. That's important. Alright, now this is the Penetrator Mark II. It's still the Mark II. We're not even going to save this design because it doesn't need it. I don't care who our pilot is for the test launch. Kate, you want to do the test launch? No problem. We're not going to stay out too long. So this is to see if the capsule falls with the heat shield facing down. That's important to know, because if it doesn't, then the heat shield's not going to protect us, is it? Other option is we could put the heat shield on top instead of on the bottom of the capsule. Yeah, if the capsule's top heavy, we can just put the heat shield on top. That's fine too. Alright, SAS on and launch. Right. Whatever. Staging was off on the decouplers. I don't really care about the decouplers. We can change the staging right now anyway. Doesn't matter. I should have put the fuel on the solid boosters to 0 so that they wouldn't burn, but whatever, it doesn't matter. This test won't take too long. Staging looks fine. Going way too fast. Okay. Okay, so we want to see if we burn or if we fall with the heat shield facing down. SAS is going to be turned off. We're going to decouple all this stuff. Now, do we fall with the top going down or the bottom going down? Tell me the heat shield's in front of us. Yep, seems like the heat shield's going to keep us weighted down. This is perfect. Good. Just a quick little test. It's important. Alright, so I think we're good to go for this. How high do we have to get for the suborbital test? Suborbital test is 70 to 81,000 meters. Okay, so that's before we complete our circularization burn. But we can do it while we are trying to circularize. Okay, and then the stacked decoupler is between 90 and 103,000 meters, but it's in orbit. Okay, I think we're good to go. Let's change our order of operations here. Alright, are we good? No. Okay, you three, yep. And then these separate, and then this, uh-huh. And then this, uh-huh. And then these two, yep. Wait, what? No, this first. Okay, this first, and then those two, uh-huh. And then this, uh-huh. And then this, yep. And then this. Yeah, we're good. Let's go. Asparagus staging OP. Oh, I love asparagus staging, but we don't need it for this craft. And, yeah, if we don't need it, I'm just not going to do it. Asparagus staging is not the best if you have small fuel tanks. The bigger the fuel tanks are, the more you get out of asparagus staging. So with our tiny fuel tanks that we have right now, they're just not that beneficial. Where's the wind? The wind is in the correct direction. You can tell the wind is blowing out to sea, which is where we want it to be. Let's throttle back to about 10% and launch. I love how the exhaust goes out to the sides from the launch pad. That's fantastic. Kate's loving it. Oh, everything vibrates now. That's new. Yeah, the whole craft is vibrating. Let's see. 7,000 to 80,000. Okay. No problem. And it's important that we do it before we actually achieve orbit, though, or else we'll fail. Although we could do it on the D orbit. That's true. Either one is considered a suborbital. The suborbital trajectory just means that you're not in orbit. That's all. Doesn't matter. You could be going straight up or straight down. As long as you're within that range, it's considered suborbital trajectory. Wow, Kate, why are you freaking out, man? Everything's fine. Status is nominal. What's wrong, Kate? Oh, come on, you've been to space before. What's wrong? I don't think she even knows what's wrong. She's just freaking out because she's used to freaking out at this point. Well, that is nice. We're burning directly at the Milky Way. Great. Okay, let's get just below 45 degrees here. And then we'll do our stage separation, and we'll watch the other map mode, which you can access by hitting the M key. Alright, so what are we at for apoapsis? We'll stay in this map mode until we see about 75, 76, and then we'll switch over. Actually, today we're going all the way to 90, so we'll keep this here until it hits 90. No problem. Or 92, something like that. I just have to make sure I hit the right key here. Yesterday I hit the wrong key here. You're supposed to hit X when you want to turn off the engines. Well, yesterday when I wanted to turn off the engines, I hit spacebar. And it separated my craft. Alright, let's go for like 95. Done. Okay, perfect. Do we still have fuel? Yeah, we got lots of fuel. Okay. So now what we do, this is still a suborbital trajectory. You can tell it's suborbital because the trajectory doesn't go around the planet. It just goes back down. So this is considered suborbital. And what we need to do is wait for this to hit 70,000 meters. And then I'm going to hit spacebar to stage off these two pieces. Actually, does it say we have to hit spacebar or what? Let's see. Perform the test. Activate the part through staging. Okay, yeah. So this is a spacebar test. Sometimes they'll want you to right-click and there'll be a run test button. But in this case, they want us to hit spacebar. Okay, all the check marks are met. Hit spacebar. Done. Achievement. Or mission accomplished, whatever. The text turns green. Sometimes, if you read the text here, it'll tell you to right-click on a part and run test. Engines typically want you to do that. Landing gear wants you to do that. Right-click on it, run test. But other times, it'll tell you specifically to do it through staging. And in that case, you can just move it around in staging, and you just hit spacebar. And it does work for active objects. In other words, if you have an engine running, and the engine is part of the test, and you're not at the right altitude yet, you can just keep the engine running, and then when you hit the right altitude, you can right-click on the engine and run test. Alright, so let's hit about 90, and then I'll start the burn. And we'll watch here to see our orbit. It should get orbit. If not, we have the other... we have a smaller fuel tank and a little engine to help us out. Should be able to finish the orbit with whatever we have. Keep an eye on my speed here so I can tell when we need to do a stage. Oh, there you go. Speed has stopped increasing. That means it's time to stage. Okay, we're almost at orbit. Let's fast forward a little bit until we're closer to the apo, and we'll just burn horizontally. There we go. So we now have 3 check marks. That means it's time to hit spacebar, and this will separate this guy. Let's make sure that it wants to hit us through staging, though. Let's see. Perform the test. Activate the part through staging. Yes. So this is a spacebar test. So make sure that the part you want to test is next in your staging, and if it is, then just hit spacebar. Done. Mission accomplished. Good job, Kate. Good job. Now, there's no science to do out here. What she can do is... Well, let's just go ahead and deorbit. Oh, and now that she's a level 1 pilot, notice when the SAS is on, now she's a level 1 pilot, she has the option of doing a prograde lock or a retrograde lock. And these options will unlock as you level up your pilots. So right now, I want to go retrograde so we can go land. So all you do is you hit retrograde, and it will immediately turn the ship to face retrograde. And you just throttle up so we can start a deorbit. There we go. We have deorbited. Yep. Let's go ahead and separate. And as we come into land, if we land somewhere interesting, then we can do a crew report and a EVA report from the ground. But most likely, we're just going to come into land. Good job, Kate. Holy crap. She's on a roll lately. First kerbin to orbit. Now she's been there twice. Oh, look at that face. Look at that face. She's loving life. Hit spacebar again. No, we don't need parachutes open in space. In fact, the parachutes would probably rip off in the atmosphere through the burn if we did that. Let's not do that. Oh man, that face. Now this is where doing that test earlier is going to help us out, because we know that the heat shield will face down as we come in through the atmosphere. And that's really important. Now, hopefully we didn't come in too steep. I don't think we did. We want the ablative plating to burn, but we don't want it to go through all of it. If it gets down to about 50, I'll be a little bit concerned. Last time we did a reentry, it only used 70 of the 200 parts. Now what you can do is you can stack these. You can put one underneath another. So if you know that you have like a heavy object or something, you can put 2 platings underneath it. And when one burns out, you just use the next one. Only gone through about 25 so far. We should be fine. I'm really glad they added reentry heats. This is like the favorite thing for me for 1.0 is that they have reentry heat, because it makes you forced to design your craft a certain way so that it's, you know, somewhat realistic at least. Yeah, we only went through 45. Good. SAS off, and I'll open the chutes at around 5,000 or something like that. Where are we anyway? Crew report. Flying over the Highlands. I'll keep that. Alright, chutes open. Grates. And come into land. Good job, Kate. Good job. Yeah, this is as fast as we can do it. There we go. Physics engaged again. Here comes our shadow. You want to do an EVA report from out here, Kate? I'm not sure if this is a good idea. She might bounce off of the parachutes. But let's see if she can escape the pod safely. Oh, right, we haven't unlocked it yet. You can't do crew reports while you're flying until you do certain upgrades at your base. At this Kerbal Space Center. You got to do some upgrades to the buildings before you can do AVA reports. Forgot about that. It just seems so natural to do an EVA right now, but nope, gotta wait. We can do it when we land, though. Oh, we already have that, huh? Okay. Oh, we already have that. Okay, screw it. Just get back in then. Fine. We don't need your data. Excellent. So we got like, what, 10 science out of that for those 2 missions? But we got a lot of cash, which is really important. Means we can upgrade the VAB. Oh yeah, 390,000. Nice. Cover some parts. And let's upgrade the VAB. Oh, no, don't go in. Goodness. The VAB upgrade is crucial to actually doing stuff outside of just one planet. 225,000 credits, well spent. And every time you upgrade a building, it will change physically on the outside, and then, of course, its parameters will change on the inside. So we went from 30 parts to 255 parts, and we can now do some action groups as well. Not probably going to do any action groups, but at least we have the parts unlocked. What are we going to do with this science? We have all this science. My goodness. The heavy engines aren't useful unless we have the heavy fuel tanks. So we'll probably do the heavy fuel tanks before the engines, and I might even do the micro fuel tanks first. Maybe. Could go for a barometer to get some more science going. Maybe. Don't have to. What missions have we unlocked? Fly by the Mun. Oh, that's a new one. Fly a vessel anywhere nearby the Mun to achieve this goal. Today is your lucky day. Simply head to the Mun and pass by it. Easy as pie. No risk at all. Now sign this waiver. Yeah, about this waiver. But yeah, look at that. 140,000 credits. Oh, hell yeah, we're doing that. What else is available? Let's see. Radial decoupler. Radial mount parachute. Most of these that are considered like in-flight over kerbin or in-flight over kerbin, in-flight over kerbin. Most of these don't really interest me because you have to be going a certain speed at a certain altitude. It's just like, it's a little too nitpicky for me. I prefer the suborbital or orbital tests. Like this one we'll probably do soon. Explore the Mun. Ah, so this is one where let's see, achieve orbit, recover scientific data, space around the Mun, land on the Mun, and then come home. Yeah. So this is the next thing we're probably gonna do is go to the Mun. Oh baby. Oh baby. Let's take it. Fly by the Mun. Explore the Mun. Oh yeah. But that'll have to be next time, won't it? Oh shit. So what do we need for the Mun? A ladder would be good. Probably don't need this. Photovoltaic cells would be nice, so that we don't have to have massive amounts of batteries. That's probably the key thing right there. Yeah, that's got to be it. Photovoltaic cells. Okay, well, next episode we're going to go to the Mun. I can't wait. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.